Get off the weed.
The bill, quote, prevents the unregulated sale of intoxicants
that could devastate the hemp industry.
Spending bill that ended the shutdown will also end the sale of some THC products.
What a hemp plant looks like. This is the plant that we grow. From this plant, we extract this oil.
Yeah, we have the low budget setup today. You know, I didn't feel like bringing the green screen up, my bad, but I do have the dildo mic. Delta 8 is about to be completely Thanos snapped, completely slimed. It's about to be murdered, okay? So while the government was shut down, which I don't even know how the fucking government shuts down, because like I tried to rob a store and I still got arrested, so obviously it wasn't very shut down. When the government was shut down, the Republicans, this is not a political channel by the way, I don't really give a shit.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cat.
But the Republicans put in a bill that said that Delta 8 products or hemp-derived products must be below 0.04% hemp or THC or whatever. I know what you might be saying. Well, it's not gone. They just put a limit on it. The problem there is that the 0.04 is actually less than the plant itself. They're basically getting rid of it without outright banning it, which if you didn't know, that means no more synthesized in a lab gummy worms from the gas station that are suspiciously 3,000 milligrams per. And also, no more cheap weed, okay? No more cheap weed for you ganja smokers. The Artemis Prime might be going extinct. And all I'm saying is, it's kind of a tragedy. Now you might be asking, how did we get here? How did this happen? How can we help our situation? And I'm here to give you that answer in a very long and drawn out video so I can maximize watch time and get more impressions. Are you ready? You're my little bitch. We ain't no parasocial. We ain't got no parasocial relationship here. I'm your parasocial abusive husband, okay? I'm gonna be Delta 8 is basically like weed's retarded cousin. It is weed, but it's like lab synthesized and hemp derived, so it's actually not like the real thing from like the plant. It's a different thing altogether. And to put it simply, it's just like what you would buy from gas stations. And real weed companies, they hate this. They don't like the fact that Delta 8 is technically probably outselling them. If you know anything about capitalism, the one thing companies hate more than anything is competition, and Delta 8 was a giant competitor against the dispensaries that sell Delta 9 and are under strict guidelines. So while most people think alcohol companies lobbied to get the this ban going, I mean, they probably did, but I know weed companies like Delta 9 actually did it quite a bit more. I don't know that. I made that up, but I'm pretty sure they did quite a bit. And the reason for that is because Delta 9 was under a lot more restrictions and a lot more tax rules than Delta 8. Delta 9 was the kid in class who was by the teacher. The front desk was by the teacher, all right? The teacher's looking over him while he's taking the test, and Delta 8 is the kid in the back who's hitting the yard, okay? Delta 8 is hemp-derived, so it's a completely different industry and completely different rules and statutes for it. And what these gas station gummies had was called a loophole because it was kind of new and not very legislated. So basically Delta 9 was a jealous little bitch and it snitched. That's what it was. And by snitched I mean lobbied officials, and by lobbied officials I mean bribed them legally. Another reason for this is everybody could get it. Everybody and their mama and their daddy and their brothers and their sisters and their wife's husband. They could all get Delta 8, okay? Even in the state where I'm at right now, Wisconsin, which weed is not legal, you could get Delta 8. You could get Delta 8 at 18 years old, actually. There's a shop that sells it in like my town. What this causes is these fucking shops, these vape shops, to sell even like under 18. Sometimes they don't even card you. A lot of the times they don't even card you. So a lot of underage people were getting it, and a lot of pretty much everyone was getting it because it was so easy to get. And so basically the problem was it was widely accessible. And if it's widely accessible, how are we supposed to control the market and drive up the prices? The next reason is old people. This is my least favorite reason, at least my least favorite kind of people. I hate old people. I'm ageist, if you didn't know that. Boomers specifically I don't like because they, I don't know, pulled up the ladder, had the best economy, and then fucked it up, and now I can't buy a house until I'm like 95 and probably living off Social Security, and we have flying dogs. But anyway, we're not a political channel here on Timmy Johnson, all right? You boomers, you guys are great, even though you fucked our entire country. Boomers specifically are terrified of weed. They think the plant's gonna, like, you know, run in through their walls like the Kool-Aid Man and murk their entire family. They grew up basically with Clockwork Orange brainwashing, and were told that weed gives you, like, I don't know, dick cancer or something like that, and makes you want to, like, kill your entire family Hercules style. That's a pretty elite pull right there. Old people basically think it turns you into evil Larry, but also, if you think about it, boomers also don't know how to fucking run a Facebook account or even probably open a Facebook account. So it is pretty concerning that they're the people making the laws. But you know what? I believe in boomers, because if anybody cares about the future, it's people that won't see it. Let's be real, since Delta 8 didn't have restricted guidelines, there were mislabels and there were a lot of mishaps with Delta 8, okay? Since anyone could produce it and there was very little legislation, that's a hard word to say for me. There were a lot of mishaps, and that is a part of the law I agree with about Delta 8, to be honest. if Walter White can cook it and sell it, I don't know, it might be a problem. Wait, I'm getting word. I actually have a quote directly from Delta 8's biggest manufacturer. It says, fuck, we are so fucked. Fuck, damn, fuck, curses. Very interesting. All right, next reason, monopoly. We gotta love it. Late stage capitalism, it's on top. It's in its LeBron prime era right now, okay? If Delta 9 and dispensaries can get rid of Delta 8, there's basically zero competition now, so they can charge you $1,000 for a 10 milligram gummy if they want to. That is if they're allowed in your state. So if they're not allowed in your state, you're just fucked. But regardless, any company that, like, crushes its competition immediately turns into, like, a supervillain, like EA. When they bought the exclusive license for football, basically they turn into, like, I don't know, Sasuke? Did he turn into a bad guy? I don't like Naruto. Naruto fucking sucks. You know I hate Naruto. So basically, once they lose competition, they have no problem bending over the consumer, because what are you gonna do? It's really fucked up for states that are weed is illegal, especially like Wisconsin, where you're also allowed to drink when you're 12 years old at a bar.
What's this, you fucking piece of shit?
Because everybody knows alcohol cures the sadness. So I'm not completely complaining because I don't mind some elk. And so once Wisconsin inevitably does legalize weed, because it probably will happen one day, they're gonna charge up the fucking wazoo, the dispensaries. We're gonna be paying up hand and fist for that weed. As my best friend Jaden once said, actually he said like yesterday, if they're gonna get rid of weed, then I'll just drink twice as much, because that will show them. That will show them, buddy. I hope he survives the winter. So yeah, this ban is gonna take effect in like a year or something, I think. So you still got like a bunch of time to stock up. And this is where I'm gonna give some solutions, all right? We're gonna do what we do with NFL games, okay? When you don't wanna pay $3,000 to watch every single game that's on 8 different platforms. You're going to sail the 7 seas, go underneath the ground, the moles, the black market. We're gonna buy it illegal, okay? That's just what's gonna happen. I mean, they tried to do it with alcohol, prohibition, etc. It's just gonna make the underground market even stronger, and in that case they're gonna put a lot more fentanyl and shit. So overall, I think it's not a very smart bill, mostly because you're never gonna get rid of it. All you're really doing is just making it less safe, and not in the way that Oregon thinks it's safe to make every drug legal, because that's stupid. But I can't even say arguably, it is less harmful than alcohol, considering that alcohol kills like hundreds of thousands of people every year. And I don't hate alcohol, but I hate double standards, and I think that's a double standard. And I'm rambling, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, I'm trying to maximize the watch. So, yeah, anyway, thank you. I'm Bradley, if you didn't know. Timmy Johnson, not my real name. That's a stupid name. No one has ever been named that, probably. This is my channel. Hit the fucking like and subscribe button. That was my TED Talk. Get the fuck out of my face. Goodbye.